My day starts like everyone else's, but it becomes more unique almost instantly. I've got a dog. Having a pet is a way to force yourself into a routine. Since the first part of every day is the same, I try to make the following routine automatic so that I can usually set myself up to spend my time productively. After the dog, I make some coffee, pop a nan, and maybe even set aside a few seconds to enjoy the view. Then it's time to sit down and do some work. I always sit in this spot to do my work. That way my brain gets trained to know that when I sit in this spot, it's time to optimize for focus and productivity. Hopefully that starts to happen soon. But the productivity started before all this. Now, if you've seen literally any of my other videos, then you know my favorite anchor habit is scheduling the day, as well as listing the 3 most important things that I want to get done the next day, the night before, in order to make the most out of the day and be intentional about how my time is spent. Now, I could buy a pre-formatted planner or print out a schedule on paper to avoid how long this takes, but because it takes a little longer, it forces me to kind of make a ritual about doing it every night. I like that. As well as making sure that life is progressing the way you want it to. Every day, you can take a step back and audit whether or not you've moved the needle towards the life that you want to have, and optimize tomorrow to make sure you do. So if I've been sticking to the schedule today, I've been doing some work from the early hours up until about 10:30 or 11, and it's time to reward myself. So for my first meal, I like to have a lot of food. I like to have some simple carbohydrates to give me energy quick, digest nice and fast, give me some energy, because I also usually go to the gym right after the first meal as well. I like to be fed, have a lot of energy, and usually it's going to be like a bowl of oatmeal. It's going to be like breakfast food usually, or like a couple eggs and a bagel, and just kind of pack a lot of stuff into it, like a lot of protein, a lot of fat, a lot of calories, maybe some Gatorade, maybe some veggies in a shake later. Really round out the diet, you know. I've really been enjoying the gym lately, which is, I wouldn't say it's surprising. I've always kind of enjoyed the gym, but it's like, it's really cool to have, something that you've been doing for, 8 years be exciting and fun again. Usually that happens the most when I'm seeing real good progress. I'm seeing real strength progress. I'm seeing myself lose some fat. I'm seeing myself gain some muscle. I'm seeing progress. And I really hope that never goes away, because I really love the gym. Really love the gym. Now it's about 2 or 3 p.m. and this is time I'd like to use to get back to work and be productive again. It's a turning point, because if I can streamline my activities, get showered, get the dog out, get a quick bite to eat, without getting distracted, and get back to work, then I can start to get more done. But the more that happens between me getting back from the gym and me starting to work again, the more potential my productivity train has to leave the station and for the rest of the day to just go down the toilet. So I try to be extra focused in this time to make sure that what I want to happen actually happens. One thing that always has potential to derail me is food. I try to eat a lot before I go to the gym. 1, so I can be fueled to lift heavy ass weights, but 2, so that I'm not as hungry after the gym, so I don't need to waste time or potentially get distracted, so I can get back to work. When I'm not editing or filming a video, my work is focused around moving these cubes. I read about a stockbroker in the 70s who moved a paperclip from one jar to the other on his desk for every time he made a sales call, the action-based task that fundamentally led to his results. While other people were working on things that ultimately didn't matter, this is how he stayed focused. So I'm giving these wooden cubes a try. The action-based tasks should be quantifiable things that lead to results for your specific situation, like making cold calls, reaching out in the DMs, or posting for sale listings. So once the cubes have been moved, that's pretty much it. Usually around, 5 or 6. Sports start to happen, my roommates start to come home, and my willpower is fully exhausted for the day, so I try not to, well, it's not that I don't try, it's that I'm incapable of working 24/7 super hard all the time.
I need to recharge myself. I need to indulge in what I like to do. And that pretty much ends the day. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, I make several on a regular basis. Thrive Thursday, the weekly series, where I teach you how to make your life better in simple, actionable ways through ranting about how I think is the best way to live. Give this channel a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.